Hello and welcome. My name is Errity Green and this is Wise Women Oracle and Tarot. And today I'm bringing you a pick a card reading on what you will be known for, or what you will become known for. So I'm excited to share this reading with you and everything that's in store. Of course, if you find you like this reading, if it resonates, share your story in the comments. Do like, subscribe, press the bell icon. That way you receive notifications every single time a new reading pops up. If you want to get to know more about me, my work, how I can support you, personal readings, you can check out the details below or visit eritygreen.com/shop. Last but not least, if you like this kind of vibe and you like this channel, I encourage you to check out my other channels, Psychic True Crime and Wise Women Television, both of which are linked below. All right, from here, I will place a picture up of your 3 card piles to choose from today. So card pile 1, what will you be known for? Or what will you become known for? So I feel like you're going to be a healer of some kind. So whether or not you practice this in a professional sense where you are paid for your services and or this is an energy you embody in your everyday life, I feel you very connected to the things that you're doing, very embodied. You're in a loving, high vibrational energy, connected to yourself, fully connected to your heart, God, the divine, great spirit as you're washing dishes, as you're cooking. So you're very much a healer in your everyday experience in your practical life. Now, this very well could be, again, a healing professional or healing practitioner where you share this in a professional sense. And this is a part of your self-expression, your life path, your life's work. But I feel like it's like an and a but there because they don't have to be different. And I feel like the primary emphasis here that's coming through is you are a healer just being as you are, who you are, how you show up. And I even feel like a huge part of your objective or purpose this lifetime is number one, not only recognizing and connecting with the healer within. This feels like something that has been built up over lifetimes if you subscribe to that belief system where the healer already exists within. So it's just a matter of sort of deconstructing any conditioning between you and that. It's almost like your life purpose is to become the healer that you are and that you embody that just as you are. So it's like that 2 sides of the coin kind of thing, that great paradox of you already are it and you're working toward it. You already are it. And because you are it, you're also actively deconstructing your own layers of conditioning, your own layers of falsities and falsehoods and mistruths and untruths so you can really get to the deepest parts of yourself, your core self. You are someone who can create change in people's lives just by being a part of their lives and their sphere and their circles with the words that you share. You might be someone who writes or speaks. You don't have to be, but I feel like there's healing in your words or any of your offerings. Again, we were talking about even doing dishes and cooking. You're someone who carries around this nurturing energy. So you could identify as a mother of some kind where you feel like you're a mother to a cause, to a movement at your job, but you could also very well be a mother in your everyday experience. But it has that sort of nurturing energy of a heart-connected healer. So what will you be known for? So far, it's very much a healer, whether you're a practitioner or professional or not. This is something you embody all on your own. It's part of your life's purpose to become this. And again, to deconstruct any kind of falsehoods that you have in the way of fully owning this, because some of you might have some shadows or challenges that you run into in really owning your own healing abilities, but not just the abilities. It's almost like being able to be in that energy of a healer to where you aren't running into a lot of sort of debris, we'll say, right? Because our conditioning can create a lot of debris. Our subconscious can create a lot of debris energetically, but also sort of mentally, where we can't see clearly, don't know for sure, can cause confusion or doubt. And so some of your work for some of you is going to require you to, your overall life path is, yes, you're a healer, you already are that, and you'll be actively working toward that. It's a part of your purpose to deconstruct, sort of pull away the layers of this onion. You've seen the Russian dolls where they are the big ones and then you take off one layer and they get smaller and smaller and smaller as they go. And that's just going to be a part of your path, a part of your life's purpose. Yeah, I love this. You bring, again, into your everyday life, your everyday existence, you bring healing just as you are by the words you speak, by the actions you take. You bring a different energy to the room. So whether it's a higher vibration or simply a more loving vibration, a more heartwarming, wholehearted vibration. This very much, again, feels heart healing and or heart connected, heart led, wisdom of the heart, wisdom keeper. But there's something here specifically about you bringing love to a room and love to spaces where there might not be. I mean, there's always love, but you're able to offer even more and you're able to expand into that. That's a part of your life's path and purpose, but also part of who you are already. Like, this work has already been done in previous lifetimes, and you're really learning in this lifetime, you're learning to tap into it more and more as those old layers or anything in the way of that can sort of fall away. I feel like you might become at some point, whether you are now or later, it feels like later for most of you, or at least you're on the path of or moving toward this, where you truly become a guide for people, an advisor, a counselor, if not that, a support system, but known as sort of the elder or crone or wise woman in your circle, your groups, your networks, your neighborhood. You might take up some kind of leadership position or some kind of position at your local church or spiritualist group, or you might run circles or healing sessions, becoming a facilitator or a guide of some kind. But more or less, you support people through the challenges and changes and transformations of their lives. I feel like you become that person that people can go to and trust that they are held in a safe place, but also, again, they're getting the energy. They may not even know that's what they're getting, but I really feel this energy of you guiding them out of change, out of transformation, out of challenge, and that they know that you're the person to go to for that, or that you find over time that you become that person, right? It becomes clear that that's a part of your path, a part of your life's work. So let's see if there's anything else that wants to come through here. That's a shorter reading than we typically get on this channel. I do try to go for around 9 minutes, but sometimes it's 20 minutes. Lately it's been 25. Is there anything else that wants to come up here? Now, another thing that could come up, if you feel like, so this isn't going to be for all of you, but for some of you, I feel like some of you might struggle at times to find your inner healer, and it doesn't mean that you know what's there. I feel like most of you who are here are already aware that this is part of you, but you might struggle to see what's shadow, what is false, what is true, what's illusion, what's not. And I think that can get in the way sometimes for you, like your own healing process can get in the way of your service, your ability to serve, your ability to act as this guide. Now, the thing is, I say that, and yet the other side of it is your own work is never getting in the way. I mean, it's the crux of our work and intention here. With that said, it almost feels like you can stay too long in your own healing process or get challenged at times to where you're not able to see that truth from falsehood, and that you might also require a guide. And so if you don't have that, or you feel like you could use that, or you haven't experienced that yet, card pile 1, you are encouraged to get the support to come into your greater mastery, to step into this healing work, to expand into this potential in a bigger, greater, more expansive way. There is something to apprenticeship, to walking with someone else, to getting that necessary support and you're able to spread your wings. And so this isn't going to be the case for all of you, but at least a good 25% of you, you're going to find that it has been a challenge for you at times to really own this and embody this energy and not potentially lose yourself to turmoil or emotional chaos or confusion or a lack of clarity, or at the very least, fear, doubt, and uncertainty. If that's the case, you might also need a healing path and or a healing practitioner and or a master or guide who can support you on your path to discovering your own inner healer. And you're going to have many teachers and guides over the course of your life, not just one, but if it's not something you've done or committed to, that is encouraged for some of you, so you're able to uncover your greater potential as a healer. Let me see if there's anything else here for you, card pile 1. What will you become known for? Your healing heart, your healing abilities, your embodiment as a healer, your beautiful, loving energy, your heart-centered energy. What else will you be known for? For your guidance, for your wisdom, for your advice, for your ability to act as an advisor, counselor, consultant, someone who supports people through the challenges, changes, and transformations of their lives. All right, card pile 1, if this lands for you, I encourage you to like, subscribe, do press the bell icon. I'd love to hear from you again in the comments. If you want to get to know more about me or my work, personal readings, you can check out those details below or visit me at erritygreen.com/shop. And I do have 2 other YouTube channels. So if you find you like this one, I encourage you to check out Psychic True Crime and Wise Women Television and subscribe to those channels and become a part of the community as well. Thank you, card pile 1. All right, card pile 2. What will you become known for? Or what will you be known for? So this very much feels like Empress energy. If you're familiar with Empress energy in the tarot, it feels bountiful, it feels earthy, it feels nurturing, it feels nourishing, it feels like Mother Earth, feels like Mother Goddess. It feels, again, very earthy. So some of you might become known for or end up embodying sort of that medicine woman energy, medicine keeper energy, wise woman energy, crone energy, elder energy. And again, you don't have to be shaman energy. It doesn't have to be man or woman. I tend to speak from that because that's my own experience, but of course, apply it to your circumstances. These readings are not gender specific, but also we tend to associate nature and the Empress energy with a more feminine energy. So that's the primary energy that's coming through here. And so I think you become known for that. It feels like that's what you become known for, but there's more to it because I've noticed, and I think that's pretty obvious perhaps, but these readings are sort of leaning into service, like how you show up for other people, how you end up serving, or what role do you play. And so that's very much what your reading is speaking to, because you have this natural energy about you. I feel you sort of in the garden. I feel you planting trees and spending time with animals. I feel you very connected in that way, but also very grounded, very connected, very even practical. There's a practicality to you as well. Again, that earthy energy. And I feel like you ultimately support people. And I feel like how you do that is you help them find empowerment and new potentials for their own life and their own experience. So this could be something that you do personally, but it could also be something that you take up professionally now or later. Perhaps you're on this path and this is going to be affirmation validation for you, or perhaps you're not there yet, but it's really great to consider the potentials or what's on the horizon for you. But you can become someone who is a practitioner of some kind, a guide, a mentor, a teacher, a support system, someone who supports other people to step out of disempowerment and into a place of personal empowerment. You help other people come into Empress energy. So you help other people move from, say, victimhood to victor. And what I mean by that, because if you don't follow me or this is the first time you're seeing my reading, I don't align with some of the connotations that are out there around victim and victimhood. We very much can be victimized on this planet. It's a part of being here in the 3D. It doesn't feel good. It's not fun. I don't love it personally. And yet, ultimately, we can choose to sort of become a victim, identify with that, and carry that through the rest of our lives. Or we can learn to heal and to move on and to move forward and to just identify that as an experience that we had or something that happened to us, and we don't have to make it mean something about us, which is usually what happens when we carry it forward and take it on or take it personally. So there is a difference between being victimized and experiencing victimhood, and I do like to make that disclaimer. Although it's not necessarily relevant here for you, it's more that you support people to come out of that kind of energy and more into Empress energy. So you're going to support people at the level of personal empowerment, helping them see what's possible, helping them see their greater potentials, perhaps even supporting other people to create more abundance in their lives in whatever form, right? Because we're talking about opening up greater potentials. So perhaps they aren't satisfied in career, or they're not satisfied at home, or with their family life, or with their passions, hobbies, interests, and skills. Whatever it is, whatever form it takes, you're able to support people, again, to connect to that own level of personal empowerment and their own inner Empress or Emperor, but Empress because that's the energy of the tarot that I'm speaking to, where you're able to help them create that for themselves. So they don't have to live disempowered or in a lack of freedom. You're able to support them and help them see what's possible for them. And it is connected to this earthy energy. So I think that might be a piece that's new for you. And I don't even know exactly what that thread is, but I feel like there's this connection that's trying to happen as I'm sharing it between how you help people, and it's connecting them to this aspect, this energy, this feeling of nature, this feeling of bounty, this feeling of plenty, this feeling of Earth Mother, this feeling of, you know, the Empress and the Tarot. Like, that's how you support people. So if you're not familiar with the Empress and the Tarot, and maybe you are, but you want to connect this dot specifically with how you support people, I would go look up the Empress Tarot card, the meaning of it, on biddytarot.com, BIDDYTAROT.com. And this is where I go when I want to be reminded of a particular energy in the tarot, where I just want the, oh yeah, that's what it is, you know, the traditional tarot, because I tend to read it relatively intuitively, to be honest, but sometimes I know there's a particular archetype or symbol or energy that I want to connect with, to feel into, to explore. And I feel like if you've been unsure as to how you support people, or how you are best of service, or what kind of vehicle you are in order to create abundance for yourself, for others, it's going to be through that channel, through the Empress energy. So where you're not also, by the way, aligning with the Empress energy, that's what you are also going to be stepping into if you're not already. If you have been on a healing path, if you have been on a growth and evolutionary path, but you haven't been clear about what you do, why, where you're going, on and on and on, because, you know, we can kind of lose track as humans. Again, check out that archetype, that energy, that symbol, so you can see, oh, this is where I'm going. Like, that is my true north. That is my compass. Okay, it's calibrated. And now you can continue to find whatever ways in your current reality, your current experience and existence, to tap into and connect to that energy day in and day out. So all other energies that don't align with that can easily start falling away for you, because that's the energy that you're meant to embody. Again, that you're meant to be known for, to become known for, but it's also the energy that you're going to support other people to access and find. So the more aligned you are with that energy, the more abundance you're going to create, experience, tap into, access, and experience, and the more you're going to help other people tap into that as well. It's going to be through that channel, through that energy, through the divine feminine energy. So, you know, your work might not necessarily have much to do with divine masculine. It doesn't mean that they won't be involved. Say traditional business, systems, structures, practicality, action steps. You are very practical. You are very connected to that. But all of those actions that we're talking about in terms of the divine masculine are going to be based in, founded upon, stemmed from, and sourced from that feminine energy, because that's what's going to give it life. Okay, so whatever it is that you do, it's going to be about that energy, you becoming that, and you supporting others and sharing that. Yeah. So also, a part of your work and coming into this is your personal life's work. But again, anything we're sharing here can very much be connected to how you're also going to be of service to others. But you might have a mother wound that you're working on, or mother healing. And this is also going to help you even more so to connect to that Empress energy. So if you have felt disconnected from mother energy, from mothering energy, from nurturing or nourishing yourself, perhaps you had a difficult relationship with your mother. She was absent or emotionally absent or unavailable. Perhaps she was toxic and unhealthy and unconscious. And if you have a lot of issues or debris there, that's going to be something to explore. And part of your work, of course, is learning to mother or parent yourself, meaning learning how to nurture, nourish, and love yourself. And it might be difficult, it might be painful, it might be challenging, but this is the work, because ultimately, again, you're coming into this Empress energy, which is your path/portal to greater abundance, and also relevant to how you're going to be of high service to others. You might, again, also end up helping people with mother healing for them, maternal healing, divine feminine healing, something along those lines. It may not take that specific form of mother healing, is my point, but it is relevant to that maternal energy, to the divine feminine energy. Again, you're going to be helping people create more possibilities and potentials for themselves, and learn to take the necessary steps or leaps or whatever to, I have to sneeze, hold on. Take the necessary steps to create more abundance in their lives and to embody this energy too. So there's another energy I was feeling right after my sneeze, and so I'm going to see if I can catch up with it here, because, I had to take a moment. So I feel like some of you might, again, step into this sort of mother energy too. So becoming an actual physical mother where you have children, and this could be a place where you apply this energy. and learning to do so with such innocence and honor and respect and revere that level of innocence of children, and even discover your own innocence through this, and maybe even where your own innocence wasn't fully honored, respected, and revered, and finding the innocence within yourself again as well is going to be a part of your healing process. And again, everything that you're experiencing on this path is what you're going to become known for not only embodying this energy yourself, but how you're going to be able to be of service to others, whether in your everyday experience or on a healing path in terms of some kind of professional practitioner of this work. Whether it's a guide, counselor, healer, whatever kind of profession or form this takes, you're able to embody this energy and support them to embody the energy as well. But there was another energy here while I was sneezing. Give me a moment. Oh, so many of you, I feel like, are going to become leaders of some kind. Perhaps you aren't tapped into that yet. It doesn't have to be a potential that's been fully realized. We're feeling into that now. So it's either in your divine plan and your energy now or on the way, but it's more or less a potential for you. And it involves you becoming a leader of this change, right? Not just individually, but collectively. Again, really supporting that divine feminine energy to get off the ground, that mother healing energy to take off, supporting people to return to earth, mother nature, great spirit, to connect to the body, to connect to earth, to its natural resources, really connecting in a very deep way to the living energy of this world, connecting people to their home and their land and the bounty that's already there, their animals and pets and the natural world, all parts of themselves, but as well as the natural world. All that Empress energy, again, this is very relevant for you. So card pile 2, what will you be known for or become known for? It's this Empress energy, this mother healing energy, this divine feminine energy, coming into this greater energy, then supporting other people to come into it, and especially around empowerment, creating abundance, and new potentials for both yourself and for others. All right, card pile 2, if this resonated for you, I encourage you to like, subscribe, press the bell icon. That way you receive notifications every single time a new reading pops up. And if you want to get to know more about me, my work, personal readings, you can check out the details below or visit erritygreen.com/shop. Last but not least, I do have 2 other YouTube channels, Wise Women Television, Psychic True Crime, and you can join our communities over there by subscribing below. Thank you, card pile 2. All right, card pile 3, what do you become known for? So right off the bat, this feels like a success story. Someone who came from rags and is now in riches, someone who defied the odds, someone who, what's that Drake song? We started at the bottom, now we're here, So you become the success story. You become, now I don't think that all of you will be in the paper, so to speak, but it's like, and some of you might not even know what a newspaper is. I mean, maybe you do, shoot, I don't know. Is that old? Is it too old? I have no idea. But it feels like the energy of someone who's in the small town newspaper and being introduced as something has succeeded in this way. And the townspeople are like, is that little old Jim? I remember him, 7 years old at Dollar General. Where it's like, people are taken aback from the small town person, or again, rags to riches, or the wrong side of the tracks, where they defy the odds and become something that we could say is a spectacle and or a success story. You end up being recognized in some way, but it doesn't have to be like popularity, fame, fortune, that kind of thing. It feels like you become known for surpassing anything that anyone could have expected for you or foreseen for you. So, and probably what you have expected and foreseen for yourself, that you go above and beyond that. It's like a rocket launch, like way beyond what anyone would have expected. And it's not because they didn't know your potential. It's because you started so far down and you go so far beyond that it's flabbergasting and people are shocked or in awe, and you were likely an inspiration for others. That true rags to riches story, hero, heroine, success story, you become that, and you show people what's possible. You show them that you don't have to start from the top to get to the top, And this doesn't mean that everyone's going to be, and card pile 3 is going to be rich and famous or something. I don't feel that energy. Sometimes I do, but it also doesn't mean that it's not a viable part of your path. It's just not what we're focusing on here yet. That might come up later. It feels like more than anything, you leave a lot of the old ways behind and become something totally different from where you came from, your roots, your family of origin, your biological family or parents. It's like all, even down to conditioning in and of itself, like everything that people would have expected you to become. Let's just say your family again was impoverished, or maybe there were substance abuse issues, or maybe there was some kinds or forms of abuse, or maybe it was simply dysfunctional or chaotic, or again, the wrong side of the tracks. And you become none of that. And you're able to show people how it is possible to deconstruct our layers and patterns and pain and all of that of the past, and not let it hold us back. They don't have to be chains that we wear, that we drag, that becomes our burden and our baggage and our truth. You show people that it's possible, and it's almost like people can't question potential anymore. People can't question the possibility of this anymore because they see it and happen in you. They see that, oh wait, like this is where that person came from and this is where they ended up. Okay, so I guess anything is possible, right? You're going to be the person to show people that you can break all of those bonds of conditioning and become something totally different. What you become known for, well, I don't know if I'm there yet to see if I can have like a title or a label for you, but a rags to riches story, an inspiration. But we're going to dive in to see what else is here. Okay, oh, the year pile is exciting, card pile 3. So we have 2 cards right next to each other that demonstrate partnership, soulmate relationships. So I do feel like this is going to be a huge part of your path, whether now or in the future. This could be affirmation, validation of someone you're with, but also someone you have met or is in your current reality at some level so far, or this is someone in the future. But it's saying this is a huge part of your path and purpose, coming into divine union, divine partnership, a loving, healthy, warm, fulfilling, and satisfying, healthy relationship that fills you up. I feel like because we talked earlier about the rags to riches, the wrong side of the tracks, you might not have had a loving, warm, healthy relationship modeled for you between adults. And so this is going to be new for you. And again, this is going to be a testament to how much you have transformed, to the work that you've done, to how much you've changed. This is possible for you, that you can do it, that people from your family can do it, that it's not going to be chaos and dysfunction and addiction and abuse and yelling and screaming and all the things, that it's going, or any kind of pattern, whatever it was for you, it's going to show you and other people what is possible in terms of divine union, divine partnership. And it's going to show you the kind of work that you've done. It's going to be a testament to how far you've come. But I do feel like your soulmate union, whether you consider it soulmate, twin flame, you don't have to call it that. It can be just a partnership. It can be a companion, however you label it, identify it, experience it. But this is an important part of your path and purpose. And that wants to be given some emphasis here, because card pile 3, I think for some, at some point or at some level, for some of you at least, if not all of you, you've maybe doubted this part. You thought, oh, it's not going to happen for me, or it can't happen for me, or it won't happen for me, or it hasn't happened for me, or here's all the reasons why it can't or won't, or whatever. Or you have trivialized it, minimized it. I don't care about that. That's not a priority for me. I don't need that. I don't want that. It's too much work, or whatever you have going on in your head. But this is actually a significant part of your path. And that's an important message, because again, for some of you, you've been sort of shelving it or denying it. Doesn't mean we're not saying go chase it. It's just a matter of acknowledging that this is a part of your path, that this is meant for you, that this is a part of your destiny. I also feel like it's relevant to your life path and purpose as a whole. This is important for you, for your soul's plan, for your soul's mission, for your soul's contract. It's important for you because it's something you were meant to learn and experience. And I feel like it's a part of the abundance that's waiting for you and or meant for you. So you're either already there, or it's on its way, or it's in your field. So yeah, you're also, and then you have 2 abundance cards, okay? I mean, you couldn't be clearer with your pile here today, card pile 3. Everything is blessings, limitless potential, soulmate, partnership, divine union, let yourself receive, abundance. You're meant, and so it's funny because we talked about rags to riches, the success story. I do feel like you come into significant abundance. And again, not for all of you, it doesn't necessarily mean fortune, although it can. And again, I don't want to deny any possibility. It's just that sometimes, because we're such a money-oriented society, when people say abundance, they're like, oh yes, material wealth. But abundance, I mean, all forms, because what I feel here is the kinds of abundance that feel sort of Cancerian in nature. And it doesn't mean that you will also have money, because that feels relevant here too. But it feels like the abundance that's most important to you, card pile 3, what you value the most, whether you tell yourself this or not, or believe it or not, is healthy home and family and relationships and people that you love and holidays together and celebrations and vacations and quality time and quality healthy meals and beautiful evening and morning rituals and taking care of each other. Again, this could be having a family that just feels like love, connection, relationships, bonding, community, fulfillment, warmth, contentment. It's like you end up experiencing a lot of that abundance, and that's like a primary form of abundance for you. And again, this is so far from perhaps what you've experienced in your past or what you knew to be true or thought you would ever experience. You come into a greater abundance. Again, this rags to riches as a result of all the work that you've done. Okay, let's see what else is here for you. It's almost like love is your abundance, card pile 3. That's what you come into. And love in all of its forms, and you allowing yourself to experience all those levels of love. Because at this point, if anything, when you're doing some healing work, you're doing some deconstructing work, I can feel that you are on the path, this conscious, intentional path of sort of breaking through your own barriers and your own self-imposed limitations and any kind of, say, self-sabotage and those kinds of patterns and habits. And you really are putting in the work, and ultimately what you're going to find on the other side is many forms of love. And part of the message here too, it's not as strong as, say, the soulmate partnership energy, but what's being offered is remembering to let yourself receive, giving yourself permission to experience all these forms of abundance. Because I think because of where you came from, it might be difficult for you to let all that love in, and yet it's all here for you. And you've done the work, and so letting yourself receive it is paramount. So card pile 3, that's your reading. If this lands or resonates for you, I do encourage you to share your story in the comments below. Like, subscribe, press the bell icon. That way I can put up readings that you will see, because you will be notified. If you want to get to know more about me, my work, you can check out those details below or visit erritygreen.com/shop. And last but not least, I do have 3 YouTube channels, so you can check out the other 2 and join those communities as well: Psychic True Crime and Wise Women Television. Those are linked below. Thank you, card pile 3.